Tower, wind 330 at 5. Cleared for takeoff. Contact departure.
Welcome everybody back to Strike Fighters 2 with a little bit of F-105 action following Curtis Bradley along with the 334th Tactical Fighter Squadron out of Takli, Thailand. Today is October 7th, 1965, so just a couple days after our previous mission, and you're joining us today here en route up in the sky, heading out to the Thai Nguyen power plant. This is Tampa flight. We are 4 F-105s, and we took off just after 11 o'clock, so we're about 15 minutes after the hour now. You can see the loadout today is going to be 6 750-pound bombs, and on the outboard pylons, 2 sidewinders per plane. And this was historically something that we would be seeing more and more as the MiG threat is growing in North Vietnam. The Thuds started to switch out their outboard bombs for sidewinders for more defense, even though we talked about almost all of the F-105 kills during the war were made with guns, not with missiles, but they started to carry them nonetheless for the safety, the feeling of safety, having them, and also as deterrence. You know, you can always fire a missile at a plane, and even if they dodge it, they're maybe breaking off their attack on someone else, etc., etc. So here we go. That's our loadout today. Of course, the 2 wing tanks as well. We're cruising at 20,000 feet at Mach 0.77, which is our optimal cruise for the 750 loadout. You can see the 3 wingmen of Tampa flight in position now. And we're still over Thailand at the moment. We're still 50, now 47 miles away from our waypoint 3, which will be right around on the Thailand-Laos border, as it usually is. And I think we'll be picking up an escort when we reach there, too. So we'll have to keep an eye out for that. Here's the primary target today, thermal power plant, up in the northern part of Rupek 6A. This is by the city of Thai Nguyen, which if we take a look is over on the other side here. We can see there is Thai Nguyen in the distance on the other side of the Cow River. That's the Cow River going right by in the mid-background there. Got a big train bridge going across, and then Thai Nguyen itself out in the background. This is north of Hanoi, if we were to look at the map. This is up, almost due north of Hanoi, up on the river. Getting very close to the Chinese exclusion area. That is the airspace that was near the Chinese border that the U.S. had a self-imposed restriction on. U.S. pilots were not allowed to go up there. Of course, giving the North Vietnam MiGs a safe space in order to retreat to when pursued, so they would definitely make use of that. But this is the main power plant building, and this is our specific target today, so we'll be swooping in on this and trying to do as much damage to this facility as possible. Who else is out here? We've got Ramrod flight, which are F4s, and they are over the land already. We'll keep an eye out. Ramrod perhaps is our escort flight. We'll see once we get closer to waypoint 3, which would be our rendezvous point. See, go for flight. What are they? Oh, they're out over the ocean. Navy A4 flight on strike. And Python, I think, is escorting them. Of course, F8 Crusaders from VF53. Okay, here's Kingfish flight. Now, these guys are on AAA suppression, so they're on an Iron Hand mission. You can tell from the cluster bombs under there and the fact that there's only 2 of the Skyhawks, not a full flight of 4. Interestingly, so I guess these are A4Cs. They do not have another pylon for a bullpup missile. Sometimes you see maybe it's the A4Es have an additional pylon outboard, and so sometimes you'll see bullpups out there as well. But not today. Not with these guys. Dallas Flight is another A4 strike, and they are VA-153, which has these beautiful blue and white tails, which, I don't know, I like this paint job a whole lot. This is one of the squadrons that I'm considering to run with for the A4 campaign when I get back to that. Okay, Buick Flight is also an Iron Tan mission, and these are Air Force F4s. These are F4Cs. I feel like we've barely seen these during this campaign, but you can see rocket pods on the outboard and cluster munitions on the inboards. Alright, and we do have MiGs up there that we're heading towards, but this is kind of neat to see. This is... Oh, and look at that, 2 Sparrows on the after fuselage hard points, but no Sparrows on the front. Curious. But yeah, with the silver paint and the big buzz numbers, the FJ554 buzz numbers, you know, within a few months here, the turning over of the new year, these will start to go away, and then we're just going to see nothing but the familiar C camo F4s. So gotta enjoy this while it lasts. It's just seeing these around. Speaking of enjoying things while they last, can we just take a moment to appreciate the beauty of this airplane? I mean, I just love the F-105. It is my favorite plane. Certainly my favorite jet fighter. The F-4U Corsair is sort of my favorite. That's my favorite World War II plane. So those are my top 2 planes, and I just love their looks. Even dirtied up with all the stuff hanging under the plane, they still just look beautiful. And when they're totally clean, like, it's just such a hot rod. Just a very distinctive shape. For all of its faults as a fighter, as an actual air-to-air fighter, you know, as a dogfighter, I mean, just what a gorgeous, gorgeous plane. I think we should all take the time to just appreciate the art of aerodynamic design. You know, the planes that we like, why we like them so much. Just enjoying the emotional response that we get from looking at them. It's nice. It's nice to sort of stop and smell the roses on that sometimes. Okay, we can't dawdle for too long now. We are just 7 miles away from the drop-down point. You can see... Let's see, you can just barely see the Red River there on the radar. There's the Tamdao Mountains. Oh, we're starting to get radar returns, too, from ground facilities. So it's going to be time to drop down for our run in just a few moments here, about 5 miles to go. There's Ramrod behind us. We picked them up at the rendezvous point. So they're slightly behind. And looks like we have Gopher and Python down to our right, down to our southeast, moving in on something as well. We have 2 or 3 squadrons of MiGs that have been coming through on the radio. So, Ramrod behind us, if something gets too close, you know, we're relying on them to go full throttle and go rocketing past us to intercept that. But so far, we're okay. In fact, we could even look at the radar mode real quick. Currently nothing out there, at least at 40 miles. Go back to ground map. We're down to 46 miles from our initial point, so let's begin our descent now. M117s are selected. We've got our ripple and our, interval set. We're going to go a large interval of 140 milliseconds today. That's the max. Spread them out just a little bit, mostly because we're going to be in a dive. So I want a little more separation between the bombs, so we have a larger, like, group of destruction. Max speed is going to be 500. On our way down, you can see we're going to pass over the north side of Futo Yanbai up to the north above that, but we'll be well clear of that. But past Futo, and then hitting Thud Ridge out on the other side.
Multiple bandits. 12 o'clock, 50 miles. Angel 15, heading north.
Okay, bandits at 12 o'clock, up at 15,000 feet. I'll bet that Ramrod is probably going to respond to that pretty soon. Looks like they are not yet, but a little bit of fuel still left in the drop tanks, so that's nice. That gives us a few, looks like 2,000 extra pounds of go juice. Down to 13 miles on the radar as we're coming down into the valleys and peaks here. There's the Red River out in front of us. There's the city. Like I said, we'll go right by the north side of that on the way in. Come up on the power a little bit. Let's spread out the formation. Spread out, please.
Roger. 3. Copy that.
Okay, we'll give the gunners a little bit harder target to hit. We won't just all be grouped in the same area. Over the ridge top now, down into the valley. Uh-oh, we got a big bridge there. That's always a AAA magnet. This might be dicey. Let's go a little bit north of that. Not go right over the top of it in case there is a ton of AAA there. Actually, it looks like on the radar we are getting some returns that may be coming from there, so... actually maybe not. That might be further down the river a little bit. We're not going to take the chance, though. We'll go low and fast up over the north end. Oh, yep, see, there's a bit of flak right there. Men are picking some up. Okay, back over to the right now. Luckily, spread them out a little bit. We don't want multiple planes to get taken out by a single flak burst. Alright, missiles are flying now, so who do we have here? Ramrod is pursuing something back and to our left. Let's keep an eye out there.
I've got a spike.
Not seeing anything so far, but you never know. Hopefully we've just slipped past that squadron, that MiG flight, and the F4s are just going to take care of it. Looks like Python is breaking off. Oh, okay, yeah, someone's just been hit. Looks like Python is moving in from the other side, too, though, so... They're getting a pincer maneuver back there. I don't see any smoke plumes, so I don't know where the action is going on, but... There's Thud Ridge right there. We're not going to go directly down the ridge this time, because you can see our target is actually due east of here, but... We're still using the north side, or the northwest side of the ridge for navigational purposes. We're a little fast. There we go, there's waypoint 4. We are on our way into the target now. And I just heard a MiG somewhere. We're only 10 miles away. We'll keep it low, keep it fast.
Buick 1, Red Crown. Copy. Mark 2, Red Crown.
There is the Cow River.
Red Crown. Copy. Mark 2.
Already nice and close. Let's make sure that we still have the primary target selected, and we do. Because I want to make sure I can have the wingmen target it. Okay, well, there we go. There's 5 miles. I'm going to begin the pop-up now. So we'll start bringing the nose up. Advance to full afterburner.
Copy.
We are just up, up, up in the zoom climb now. There's 3, there's 4. 2 is not visible. I hope he's back there somewhere. Approaching 10,000 feet. Let's go ahead and tell Flight 1 to engage my target. Wingman, attack my target. Up over onto the back, looking for the target, and there it is. I can see it already. Yes, indeed. Slight back pressure, keeping positive G's on the plane so we're not going negative. And we'll let the nose come back down now. Off the afterburner, but keep the military power up so that we get the speed up.
Going down.
Rolling out on target.
I'm taking damage.
Looking for 6,000 feet. Bombs away.
Bombs away.
Air brakes are in. And we're in a hard pull with the burner on as we're pulling out right through the facility. And by God, I think I just heard a MiG fire at me too. Oh no! In fact, there's wingman down. Flight 1, engage air. Wingman, cover me. 2's not responding. 2's been hit. Trying to get the speed back up here. Very light on the back pressure. Coming up over 400. We're getting shot at. God. Roll it over. Come on. We gotta dump these tanks. Tanks away. Well, no shit. Fuck.
I got one.
Come on, I need the speed up. Let's go. I see him in the mirrors behind me. Ugh, come on, come on, come on. Jesus Christ. Pulling, 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 pulling.
I've got a spike.
I think I got 2 of them on me. Damn it, we're at 200 knots at the top of this thing. There goes the MiG just off my left side as we're up over the top of this maneuver.
You got a bandit in your 6 o'clock.
And the plane is just not giving me the speed I need. There we go, off to my left. Come on. Okay, just gotta keep it easier in the turn here with the G's. Hey, Flight 1, engage air. Come on. Bloody hell. Just trying to keep it in the vertical here a little bit. Let's go flap downs for a little bit of extra lift here in the fucking turn. Come on. Fuck, there he is. Cut in underneath him. He's coming down hard on top of me. Guys, I need you to attack this target. Get him off my ass. Alright, we need to get straight and level here to get our speed back, because I've just been wallowing up there. Watch the city, don't get too close. AAA will get us. Okay, we're back up over 550 now. Now we're back in the... Geez, we're back in the better maneuverability range. Some guy down behind me there. Let's get bore sight mode in on the radar. There's just out there in front of us. Okay, now the tables have turned, motherfucker. Let's see what you got now. Sidewinders are selected. We are coming up behind him. He's going vertical as we're coming up underneath him. Oh, he's pursuing a friendly. Kind of looks like an F8, perhaps. All right. Let's lag pursuit this guy, pull in behind him. He is on that guy. It's either... Actually, I can't tell what that is. I just hope it's not one of the F-105s. It may be an F4.
Python 1, red crown. Copy.
It's pretty smoky, though. I think it's a Phantom. Oh, shit! Son of a bitch, man! Did you see that? Literally about to fire my Sidewinders, and this guy came in and picked him up. Actually, that's another MiG right there, though. Hold on. Ooh, Sidewinder came in, or a missile of some kind, came in from the right side and just slammed into him. Oh boy, we've just been a full afterburner here for kind of a while. Now we're pulling tight. I need it once again. Alright guys, engage air. No idea where they've gotten off to with this. Oh, he's firing guns at somebody. That's a good sign. Okay, we're coming up behind this guy. Come on. Tone, tone, tone. Give me tone. Shitballs. We're getting close enough for guns here. Switching over to guns. Give me a bore sight. Okay, shifting back here. Actually. Nope, nope. Damn it. I hear somebody coming in with afterburners behind me. Sidewinders are not picking them up. Come on, come on. There we go. Got tone. Fox 2. Oh, it's tracking. Oh, shit. Get him, get him, get him. Fox 2. Ripple fire. There goes our second missile away. And it's going to miss. Oh, damn it. Just barely missed. Okay, we're moving in for the guns now. Can I tag him with the Vulcan? Ooh, as we're coming into the clouds now, that's interesting. Come on. I was hoping to just fire through the target on that one. Where are you going, homie? He's getting into these hard turns. It's difficult to say. Oh, somebody's back there. We got an F4 doubling up with him. We're down to about 3,500 pounds of fuel. We're not going to be able to stay in this for long. In fact, let's get the wingmen back together. Friendly F4 is now high to my left. If he can actually take this guy out, I don't want to get in his way, but I do want to try for a gun kill here. Starting to lose him in the clouds. Actually, the bore sight doesn't have him picked up, interestingly. Missile shot just missed this dude. That's a F-105 there, just crossing my path. This guy's in a lazy turn to the right. Come on. Coming up on 400 knots now. Or is that the F4? Did the Phantom get out in front of me? Kind of. That is the Phantom. Okay. Well, we're just going to let him do his job and get out of his way, I guess, because I've lost where the MiG was anyways. F-105 crossing right to left out in front.
Landmine 1, red crown.
Radar is actually picking someone up. I think that's the Phantom out front. Let us not dawdle.
Gone.
All right. On our way out of here now. Whew. AAA just figured out where the hell I am. Back up onto full burner. Let's make our escape now. Fast, low. Not for too long, though. We're already on the outside of the Red River. Oh, that's... I was thinking that was our target. Is it? Oh, it is. That is our target. That was only the Cow River. Okay, full military. That's Thud Ridge to our left. Actually, let's see. Formation, close up. Who's still with me? 3 and 4. We lost 2. I think he got shot down on the bomb run. I think that's what happened. Damn. That's frustrating. I had finally the perfect shot and had the tone on those sidewinders, and they just were not able to track him through his turn. At least they tracked it all, though. I'm happy for that. We know how finicky those missiles are. Let's switch over to the ground mode. There's the Red River out in front of us now. We're around the north side of Thud Ridge, so we're not out of the woods yet. But we're close. We'll probably pick up more flak on the way past Futo, though, which is right there in front of us. V8 tree off to the left. In fact, let's just split these two cities and not roll the dice. There they are. These gunners are on the alert now. We're at 300 feet, and flak bursts are still going off right near us.
Red crown. Copy that.
Certainly being low makes you harder to hit, but does not make you immune. And in fact, doesn't make you immune from SAMs either, which is what the American crews thought early on, that being under, whatever it was, I think 3,000 or 1,000 feet, the early SA-2s were supposedly had a floor under which they could not fire, and then on several occasions American planes were hit at less than 1,000 feet, completely dispelling that. Okay, now we're north, or west of the river. We're 100 miles from our next waypoint. Alright, up into the climb we go, and then we'll check on our 2 guys here in a second. Actually, we can check on them now. Okay, they're just back there, just passing the city right now. Here's 3. Still has his bombs on him. Well, son of a bitch, as does 4. Huh. They never released. So either my bombs hit the primary target, or 2's did. He may have released before he got shot down. I'm actually not sure. I shouldn't say definitely. I thought that I saw another secondary explosion of bombs going off, I thought I saw someone else hitting the target, unless that was two crashing into the ground. I suppose that's a possibility. That we'll have to check that out later in editing. While I'm reviewing, we'll see what exactly I saw. But it looked like additional bomb hits. I'm looking for Mach 0.8. Release nose pressure a little bit. Let's climb up at Mach 0.8 up to 30K. Man, that was intense today. Some close-in fighting with MiGs. I was sure that the escorts were going to keep them all off our backs. And I thought we had actually slipped past them, and that was either another flight or the same ones were able to come around and get us. I think pulling too hard on the stick today, not minding my angle of attack, just scrubbing way too much speed in the turns, wallowing down at 200 knots. It's been a while since I've actually tried dogfighting in the Thud here. Definitely not doing it the right way. Just trying to pull too hard and, you know, trying to keep up with the MiGs, actually losing all the energy and then not being able to keep up with them. Okay, there's 30,000. We're letting the nose come back down nice and gentle. And we'll hit the wing leveler. And we'll come on up to Mach 0.9. And in fact, I'll set cruise power now, and we'll let that come up to whatever speed it may. Here is 3 and 4 again, checking in. Man, it sucks. It sucks that they still have their bombs, and that they never actually jettisoned them to engage air. So what the hell were they doing that whole time? I kept telling them to engage air. Although, having said that, somebody was firing their guns at something. So were they just trying to dogfight and engage with the bomb load still? That's curious. In fact, you know what? This is maybe what I should have done in the first place. Tell them to brake. Oh, and they're not dumping their bombs for some reason. Alright, well, return to formation. So a little bit of AI goofiness today. The call to attack air, or the call to brake, should have them jettison all of their externals. Oh, in fact, I'm just noticing now that the drop tanks are gone. So they did jettison tanks, but for some reason, all of the M117s are stuck on, so... Curious. Mechanical failure, maybe, with the multiple ejector rack? Very, very possible. All sorts of, mechanical launching issues. These planes suffered all the time. I was just reading a story in my F105 book about a wild weasel launching a standard anti-radiation missile when they were brand new and just coming into in-country, and the front lug released, and the missile ignited, the motor ignited, and the rear lug did not release, so the missile was hanging on by one point of contact while actually firing, which supposedly was not supposed to happen. And, luckily, the crew was able to manually jettison the missile. Okay, back here to the debrief. Let's take a look at how we did. Mixed results today, I would imagine. Objective was to strike a strategic target located in the Thai Nguyen thermal power plant, attack and destroy the power plant. Flight time was 54 minutes and 17 seconds. Result was primary target was destroyed, one F-105 was lost, one F-105 was damaged. But it was a success, score of 1050, so pretty good today. Significantly better than the scores we've been getting. Maybe that is an indicator that it was me who actually hit the primary target. Okay, so Second Lieutenant Bradley. No kills with the gun. I got 2 hits, or 2 kills actually, with the bombs. None with Sidewinders, despite firing both of them. Captain Gast, who was my number 2, and is also was one of the higher ranking pilots in the squadron. He dropped all 6 bombs. He got 3 hits for 1 kill. First Lieutenant Gilmore fired his weapon. He fired his Vulcan, 126 rounds for no effect. Second Lieutenant Lamberry. This is one of the Lamberries. There's actually 2 in the squadron now. And I can't remember if there was always, but the second Lamberry might have been a replacement. We may have gotten some replacements. But anyways, he didn't fire anything. Yeah, Clifton Lamberry is who we had with us today, but there's also a Chuck Lamberry who he's definitely been with us on a bunch of missions. I think this guy might have come in more recently. Maybe someone will remember better than I. But without looking at it, I feel like this is a new replacement pilot that has come in. I guess we'll double check that. But, yeah, so here we are on the attack at 11:42. And... Okay, so you can see this is all happening within just a few seconds here. Looks like 6 seconds of each other. Here we are coming in. Me and Gast are both dropping our bombs. Meanwhile, here's a J5 Fresco firing his cannons at Gast. So literally in the bomb run, or just after he's releasing. And here I am hitting... Let's see, I destroyed a POL tank. I hit the generator building. I destroyed another POL tank. Hit the generator building. Here's this Fresco firing at Gast. Oh, he's hit by the 37mm cannon at 11:42 and 43 seconds. Post his getting shot down. Now, keep in mind, I've hit the generator building several times with my bombs. His bomb, he hits 2 of his M117s, hit right on target, finishing it off. So he actually got the kill for the primary target, as well as hitting some of the power plant structures on his way out. But so he was actually already going down in flames at that point. And then immediately after that, I don't know if it was the same plane or perhaps a wingman of that first, but I'm under fire here through this whole time. Pretty lucky that I did not get hit, honestly. The defensive combat flying was certainly not my finest. Here's a J5 firing at number 4. So these guys were cutting it up and, again, had those bombs stuck, apparently. So they were really fighting at a disadvantage. So very lucky that Lamberry wasn't hit either. But he wasn't. Oh, in fact, here's Lamberry getting fired at a lot. I'm wondering if maybe a lot of the gun noises I heard were actually him being fired at and not at me. But certainly that was not the case the whole time. We saw early on that J5 like right in our mirror behind us, trying to hit us. Here is First Lieutenant Gilmore at 11:47 firing. He looks like he does 3 bursts of around 50 rounds, possibly trying to scare it off the tail of number 4. So this is number 3 firing, clearing the tail, hopefully, of number 4. Maybe clearing my tail, honestly, hard to tell. And here I am firing additional Vulcan rounds at that J5, which I ended up losing. And we just let that F4C coming in front of us and take up the pursuit, as we had to get out of there at that time. So there we go. So that's what the log looks like. Oh, gassed. He punched out successfully, unfortunately, to be captured. Of course, we were north of Hanoi, so there's no way that he was going to be able to avoid capture at that point. So that is shitty. Yeah, you can see he was number 4 in the squadron, only one of our 2 captains, with Bruce Brown being the other. And Gast is out of the game now. Whew, so that was a pretty close one. That was messy. We got the target, but I don't know. Not real pleased with our performance otherwise. I mean, not a lot we could have done for Gast. I mean, we got jumped by those MiGs right in the bomb run. Oh, I don't know. What else can you do? If you don't see him until the last second, if you don't see him until you're getting hit, it's really hard to defend. So our escorts, not sure where they were at that time, but obviously MiGs slipped through the perimeter and just got right on us. It is what it is. We survived to fly another day. The other 2 wingmen made it back home as well, so, doing the best we can here. Okay, that's going to wrap up this mission. Pretty exciting, despite being sort of subpar performance, but our primary job, of course, is striking ground targets, and we certainly did that successfully, so, I can be happy with that, but hope you're happy with it, too. Hope you enjoyed this one. We'll see you next time as we come back for, I think it's going to be mission 17 next. Okay, we'll see you then. Have a good day.